So, the Sonic movie is now finally amongst us, and reviews have been coming in from all over the internet and the mainstream media, and the reviews do seem to be quite mixed. Well, according to the Rotten Tomato website, after going up and down in the review results on the first day of release, to the mainstream movie reviewers that is, the apparent final result on Rotten Tomato is 64% of the reviews have been quite positive, which isn't bad, but there's still that 36% of the negative reviews. So, what do I think? Me? Just another random guy on the internet expressing his views? Well, I've watched it. I travelled to my local cinema in the pissing down rain to view it, purchased my ticket, and in my hour and 40 minutes of watching the movie, I actually enjoyed myself. It isn't the best movie out there, but I had a few laughs, and so did the many other people in the cinema also watching it. Some of the movie jokes that weren't shown in the movie trailers were a little cheesy or bland, but they still did manage to put a smile on my face, and I could also hear a few giggles echoed in the audience as well. The story is, as many reviewers have said already, very simplistic. It's about a blue hedgehog in a new world who is lonesome because he's had to escape his own world. He then later befriends a human who, in the plot, Sonic actually thinks is cool. Something happens, well, Sonic did something stupid to cause an incident, which got noticed by the military, and the military then hired Dr. Robotnik to find out what caused it. And once Dr. Robotnik discovered it was Sonic and his new friend then end up being chased down by Dr. Robotnik whilst on their mission to travel to San Francisco. I'll say no more to the San Francisco plot to spoil it. From what I've also heard online, there apparently seems to be some reviewers who have apparently disliked the movie, partly because Sonic did not look realistic enough. I mean, come on! I'm sorry, but wasn't that what the movie directors tried doing in the first place? And we all know how well that went after the first movie trailer was released. There also does seem to be quite a few references to some of the old and even some of the new Sonic games in the movie. I think I saw a Sonic Adventure reference towards the beginning of the film. I also noticed some Sonic Mania music was used as background music, so that will probably keep quite a few people happy. There's also a reference to Green Hill Zone, which has been shown in the trailers as well, so this is not much of a spoiler really. And I also think I saw a sneaky reference to Green Hills Zone with an S, which was an exclusive level to the Sega Master System and Game Gear version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Or I'm possibly looking too much into things. Green Hills Zone in the movie could have just been a simple idea to kind of link the Sonic universe to the human world in a parallel universe sort of way, as they had already shown off the Green Hill Zone earlier on in the film. Again, I'm probably clearly looking too much into things. Moving on, as I mentioned earlier, whilst the story development might be a little simple, I still do recommend this movie. I personally think that Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik brilliantly, a weird and nutty professor, or doctor, who is hell-bent on catching the blue blur. Does sound just a little bit like the games now, doesn't it? And Sonic's voice actor is pretty brilliant too. I especially like how hyper he makes Sonic sound. The Sonic movie isn't the best movie out there. I think even Detective Pikachu has had slightly higher reviews overall than the Sonic movie. But if you can look past the simplistic storyline, it is definitely worth a watch. As, I'm not gonna lie, there was a few scenes where I kind of expected a bit more, like the final battle with Sonic and Dr. Robotnik, as at the end of it, where Robotnik lost, I was kind of expecting Dr. Robotnik to make a sneaky surprise comeback, like a second boss phase in a way. But I guess I was probably expecting too much, but it's okay. So, at the end of the day, the new Sonic movie is definitely worth a watch. It's a very simple story about a blue hedgehog being lonely in a new world, new friendships, and a nutty professor trying to ruin his day by capturing him to use his powers for world domination. In a slight way, the storyline is as simple as the storyline in the original 16-bit Sonic the Hedgehog game. If you didn't read the game manual, that is. Good guy, bad guy. Good guy must stop the bad guy to save the world, just with added making friends added in between. And another way to look at it, for the hardcore Sonic fans that is, kind of think of Sonic X, but the human characters aren't as annoying. So, at the end of it, I am personally happy to give this film a rating of 7 out of 10. It may be simple on the plot, but hey, that's what sequels are for. I hope. Really hope.